All right, welcome back to The Horror with Mike.
And Nate.
On this episode, we're going to be doing a special recommendation episode. On this one, we're going to be going into a film that's very hard to find, so get your internet Googles ready. I will put the link underneath it where you can buy the film, and I believe that's one of the only ways you can get it is by buying it. But I think that this is worth it, but let's hear Nate's ideas on it too. It's called WNUF Halloween Special. And I loved this movie. I'm not recommending this as a horror movie. Let me say that right up front. There is horror and there are scary parts, but this is VHS nostalgia and it's funny. It looks like it was recorded off of TV in the 80s with commercials, which is one of the best things about it. And also, I can assume you're going to say one of the worst things about it, because it keeps taking commercial breaks, but it's about a reporter who goes into a haunted house live on Halloween, and the whole thing is like Grindhouse, that it's an experience of taking you through watching something someone recorded from the 80s. I loved this movie. Find it any way you can and watch it. WNUF Halloween Special. What did you think?
Well, just to give a bigger picture on what the movie is like, you sort of mentioned it, but it's set in 1989. The first part of the movie is actually the tail end of a local news broadcast. This gives you a better idea of like what the production values are.
No, it's
it's local news broadcast. It's Halloween night, so the local anchors look terrible in their crappy costumes.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And they're setting up the upcoming local news special event where the reporter is going to be spending an evening in the notorious local haunted house where a horrible tragedy happened some years before.
Right.
He's the guy on the scene. About 20 minutes into the movie, you get it goes to the house, and that's the rest of it. It stays following him around between commercial breaks. He's joined by a retired pair of paranormal investigators, which are obviously based on the Warrens.
Right, very obvious. Yeah,
and I like that. That was funny.
You're right.
And
cute.
From this description, it could be a horror movie setup. It isn't, though. It's
an experience. It really is an experience. It's not a movie.
I can't even say, honestly, I don't even want to say that it's a comedy. It's a nostalgia movie. It tries to recreate this.
Oh, it's total comedy, though.
And
because it recreates the 80s and all that. It's funny.
Well,
so
yes,
I mean, really funny.
It's a comedy in the way that you watch it and say, "Oh, I get that reference."
Yeah, it's a slight.
But I don't feel it's trying to make you laugh, though. It's just trying to recreate that feeling.
Right. Sure. I guess. Yeah.
So it's a total nostalgia trip. It's replete with commercials.
Yeah, the commercials are brilliant.
And some point into the movie, you realize that you are watching somebody else watching this on tape because they fast forward through the commercials sometimes. Right. The one thing I really disliked about this movie is they fast forwarded through the black cowboy weatherman.
Right.
That seemed like the most kick-ass weather report of all time. I'm like, why would you fast forward through that?
It's so I loved every moment of this, and this is something I will watch every year, probably forever. I love this, but it is a love or hate. You'll get it, or you'll be like, this is bullshit.
I would say the best possible way to watch this movie is to throw it on at a gathering or a party or a hangout.
Right.
And not tell anybody at all what it is. Just put it on and let it play.
Right.
And see how long it takes anybody to figure out what it is. They'll probably just be asking what it is and trying to figure it out.
Right.
And probably have a pretty good time doing it. So for like a big group setting, I could see this movie being a lot of fun.
Absolutely, like I said, this is an experience. I'm not rating it as a movie. I'm rating it as a full experience because that's what they wanted to give you. So I give it a 10 out of 10 for creating a nostalgic movie experience that's in love with Halloween, VHS, public access, haunted houses, all of that stuff. Great tribute to all of those things rolled up into one.
I hear the creative team involved with this has been working on Call Girl of Cthulhu, which sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but like I said, these guys, this was a labor of love. I mean, you can so tell that, and it's brilliant. For what it is brilliant.
Highest possible recommendation from Mike. It's called
WNUF Halloween Special.
Yeah, remember that. WNUF Halloween Special. And you know what? You can go online and read about it, but don't. Just find the movie and watch it. That's the best way to do it, is just go in cold.
Yep. All right. And I'll try and find more possible links, so I will keep you up on all that. Hell, if you're in Gainesville, let me know. Maybe I'll let you borrow the DVD. So we'll see you next time, guys, here on The Horror.